Hi guys, today I'm gonna analyze a replay of a game when I play Luna. About 6.5, 6.6k average game. I know that both the Invoker and Morphling pretty good players. Morphling is around 7.4, 7.5k MMR. So as far as the starting items goes, I lost a little bit of gold in the start here due to people not picking their heroes fast enough, so I couldn't actually afford what I usually do, which is that I buy a part of the Ring of Basilius. So my starting build is a little bit different here. So I would replace a branch, or I would replace two branches with the Ring of Protection for the Basilius. And I still like the Mango a lot. I feel like the Mango has a lot of value, so you can get more loosened beams out. I'm gonna start by protecting the Rune. Always very important to protect the Rune when you have Alchemist on your team. So I can see Faceless Void here standing up on his side of the hill, so I'm gonna be just running at him to prevent him from doing exactly what he's doing right now. And if my support would have played this better, like all Rasta had to do there was use his grip on the Void Mirana arrows, we kill him. And the reason why we're allowed to be able to get that kill very easily is because we are threatening at the Rune. I know they're gonna try to steal the Rune from our Alchemist, because Alchemist gets a lot of value from bounty runes. So if I'm threatening and I'm running at Void, he might make a mistake when he overcommits for the Rune, which is exactly what he did. And had my supports played that a little bit better, we would have gotten that kill. So here I'm just trying to block my creeps as well as I can. Getting the archer in front is sometimes something very good to do. Didn't manage to do that in that specific instance, but we're just gonna keep on trying to harass this Void. But when you have a Rasta, like Rasta Luna lane against a Void, Rasta is pretty weak in lane, and we're playing against a Faceless Void. I feel like we can't really just stone him out of the lane. Like, we're never gonna be able to do that properly, so I decided that it's gonna be better if I just push and I have Mirana come in with a flank gank. So if at any point we get a grip on him and we push this into the tower, it's a very easy kill. So I decided against the classic pull and keep the lane under control approach here in this game. And here Void is slightly out of position, and we get a grip and an arrow, and I'm gonna be able to secure the first blood oh, actually first blood already happened, so first blood. I'm gonna go ahead and replay that quickly. Something important to note when you're playing with Mirana, obviously creeps will block the arrow and creeps will absorb the arrow. So if we want to land this gank, I have to be the one to like secure the creep wave from blocking the path. So I'm gonna show you what I do here. So I will instead of just hitting this guy, I'm running straight at the creep wave to like remove the creeps from blocking the arrow. As you can see, I just run up here, I aggro the creeps, and arrow lands. If I don't do this, then these creeps are gonna absorb this gank, and this kill is not gonna happen. Super important. We get a kill. As I said, I would normally just go for a Bassi with my first item, but here I'm gonna go for Power Thread instead, since I don't have the Ring of Protection to finish my Bassi. I'm just gonna be building straight into the Power Threads. I feel also when you have Power Threads early in a lane, it makes you just makes you a lot stronger. So I'm probably gonna sell a branch here, pick up 2 parts for Power Threads. Picking up the agi parts is also something that, like, you can pick up the strength part sometimes, you can pick up the agi part sometimes, but when you're in a lane and you just wanna like CS as well as you can, and you just wanna be as big as a threat as possible with your auto attacks, it's very good to pick up the agi part first. If you feel like you might get ganked and you might die at some point, I would advise picking up the strength part before the agi part. Here I'm using the trick where I right click the Void a little bit to pull creeps off. Like, I'm pretty much alone versus the Void at this point. My supports are just roaming around and doing other things. So I'm just gonna be trying to win the battle in a 1v1 versus Void, which is not... Void is a really good 1v1er because he has a poor man shield and I can't really harass him out of the lane. I use my beam just to secure the last hit. I can use the beam either on him or on the creep, but using the beam and stunning him at the same time, I can secure the last hit and make him use his leap. There's a Sunstrike used there, so I was actually trying to man up on me. If I get a few more batches and the Sunstrike land, then I might die. It's like, there was a situation there that I just felt like, okay, I have power treads, and this guy only has PMS. I should just man up on him. But in hindsight, that's probably a mistake because he has a lot more regen than I do. He has 5 tangos and a salve, and actually dishing out a ton more damage than I was expecting him to be able to do on me. Just because I have power treads, I just feel like I'm like stronger than him in that situation, but apparently not. I mean, he does have 5 armor, PMS, so it's pretty hard to be able to right click him properly, especially when he has to bash too. Important to the branches that I bought, important to use them for extra regen here with tangos, but when I'm running like this low on regen in my lane and I don't have access to the courier for a while because the courier is running out now, it's 350, we still don't have a flying courier. You definitely want to get as much value as possible from the tangos that I have left. So just eat the branches, so you can see how low I was there previously, and now I managed to heal up almost all of that just by a couple of tangos, and I got to go back to base. Should definitely look to use the courier as soon as I possibly can now too, because I definitely need more regen in this lane. It's like whenever I'm alone and I have my supports leave me, it's a kind of a disaster if I find myself in a situation where the Void is like bullying me out of lane, because Void is the one who should be bullied, not me. Let's try to secure and make sure that you have the additional regen. Here I'm using the courier to buy the part for my Ring of Aquila, and I get the Wraith Band and the Ring of Protection so that you can finish the you can finish off the Aquila by using the side shop here. And I also use the scan to find the Void to the side here. My supports do some major mistakes in this situation. We have an arrow flying out there. Like, when this happens, like, this Void just leapt in to the jungle. He has 3 tangles, 1 salve. He has no TP or anything. Like, we should just let him, like, sit here and push this tower. Like, that should be the appropriate response. Just fucking leave this guy there. He's not gonna do anything. He's not gonna get XP. Just let him be. And just push this tower. We're gonna kill this tower. He's not gonna get anything out of it. That's the proper response. But for some reason, my supports... I mean, it's fine that we go for the play in the beginning. I use the courier here to try to scout him out and just find him. He gets a hit off and he gets a second hit off, so when that happens and he leaps again even further into jungle, now we just have to leave him. Like, we can't chase after this kill for forever. Like, it's not worth it. He's just wasting our time by doing this. And my Rasta think it's a good idea to buy a Quelling Blade and try to just catch him by doing this. Instead, appropriate response, fuck that guy, we don't need him, push the tower. That's what we should do. So we're gonna end up like wasting a bit of time here trying to run after this guy. And we finally find him and we go for the kill. Another thing, he has to be way further back when this happens. If he's further back landing that arrow instead of standing right here and just getting like a 2-3 second arrow, we definitely get this kill. So another mistake made, and now he just leaves himself in again, and my Rasta keeps looking for him. Again, if we don't bother with any of this, just push the tower, way better. Put myself into perspective on my own hero here. So at this point I'm just gonna try to push it out as much as I can. And another thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna buy a Quelling Blade. Maybe I didn't do it yet. I ran back to buy it actually. So the reason why Quelling Blade is good here, like, a lot of people don't buy Quelling Blade on range heroes for good reason, because it works less effective on range heroes. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it on specific types heroes like Morphling, Medusa, Drow Ranger, Luna. Like, those 4 heroes specifically is pretty good to do. And the reason why it's good on Luna and Morphling is because you have way more damage than you do on any other type of range hero. I have my Lunar Blasting that boosts my damage. As you can see, I already have however much damage this is, 106 damage, gets boosted by my Quelling Blade. So I pay 200 gold to get like a big damage boost, extremely worth it. When you play Drow, it's the same thing. You pay 200 gold to get a big damage boost. When you play Dusa, and also another reason why it's super good is that, as I said, when you play Dusa, you can cut these trees when you farm Ancients, and farming Ancients will cause you to lose a whole lot less health, because they will take this path instead of like being all annoying up in here, and you're gonna have vision of all of the Ancients the whole time. So I really like picking up the Squalling Blade on those heroes, and it helps a ton with ancient farming. And this is something that people actually didn't do on ranged heroes for a long period of time, and started doing quite recently when there was like during the last TI, a lot of people started picking up Quelling Blade on morphing specifically. And I'm gonna TP mid here and pick up a kill. Again, when you're Luna, you're strong early game. Like, sure, you're the hard carry. Sure, you should be farming as much and as efficiently as you possibly can. But carry a TP, especially like when you hit 6 and you have like starting set of items like I do here. Carry a TP. Make sure you do that. It's very easy to pick up some return kills if they overcommit like they did just there.